Today I'm going to start working on this toilet flange. So the first thing I have to do is rough up this surface right here so it can accept the solder. It was shipped with like a little oil covering on it to protect it, so I just got to rough that up and use a little sandpaper. So I have this piece of tile, so when I start doing the soldering I have something heat resistant underneath it. So what I'm doing is I'm just sanding off kind of the outside oxidation. I already wiped this off with some alcohol to get any grease off of it, which will prevent the solder from sticking. So now I want to just rough this up enough so I can get the tinning on there. So you might be able to see I'm starting to get kind of like some scratch marks. You can see right where my thumb is. See how it's getting kind of scratched up. So I want that to be nice and rough. I'm just going to hit it with my plumber's emery. Get it a little rougher than that. This is the plumber's emery. It has that mesh, so any of that stuff that you abrade just falls right through it. Oh, there we go. That's doing a nice job on that. So I'm going to do that all the way around. Give it a nice rough surface for the tinning flux to adhere to and the tinning solder to stick to. So here we go. And all this is going to do is set it up so when I'm upstairs and I'm going to join these together, there's already some solder that's adhered to this, and the next layer will stick to it that much easier. Now I can clean this up with a paper towel and then put some flux on it. So I raised that up a little bit off of this tile on these V blocks just to give it a nice solid footing, so when I solder this, the flame isn't impinging right on this tile. I'm going to try not to crack it. So I'm going to heat this up, put on the tinning flux, and then this is the solder that's going to go all the way around. So we'll see how that works out, and we'll go from there. Okay, I'm going to apply the tinning flux all the way around. This just keeps the surface clean. And when I put the heat on it, it helps the solder to stick. So I've never done this before, I'm just experimenting. Ooh, that's working pretty good. Get a nice lift of solder on the bottom. Nice. This is way easier than I thought it was going to. I thought this was going to be way harder than this. Okay. Looks like we're good all the way around. I'll shut this off, let this cool off. So here's the tinned surface. So the kind of dirty look is it's just the flux floating on top of the solder. So once this is cooled off, I'll just give this a little wipe down. Okay, here's a closer look at that tinning. I took the remnants of the solder off, so you can see that it's clearly no longer bronze, it's tin colored. So what I'll do is I'll mount this around the lead bend, and I'll flux the end of the lead bend and this, and then knock it up against this and then solder it up. So hopefully I'll have enough time to get that all done today.